welcome to the Glass Tower Top 5. It's the week of October 6, 2016. I'm Rainey Knudson.
I'm Christina Rees.
Number 5 is actually two shows, but just one that's having a reception, Best If Used By, at the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft. This is a show, a group show of artists really who use food in their work, although they're talking about notions of decrepitude and rot and impermanence. Brandon was particularly taken by the crocheted food items in the show. I think that a guy called Joshua Cosker's orange rind jewelry, he treats these Spanish oranges, rinds, and makes jewelry out of them, and they have this very, it puts the lotion in the basket kind of aspect to them that's very creepy. Rachel Shimpock. I've seen her gold potato chip jewelry around. I don't know if you've seen this, but she makes really sort of wonderful jewelry, enameled, gold, different materials with food. And so it's like bits of celery in a seed pearl bed. Also, there's the Craft Texas show at the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft, which is their annual overview of artisans making craft in Texas, and that's very good. And so both of those shows are worth a visit.
So number 4 this week is Christo and Jean-Claude. It's called the Tom Golden Collection. It's at the Tyler Museum of Art.
So Christo and Jean-Claude, I think a lot of people dismiss it as gimmicky, or they just went around wrapping stuff or what have you. When you think about it, there's nobody else before or since who's like Christo and Jean-Claude. And they were ferocious. He, in particular, was ferocious about getting these things done. And it was not easy getting these municipalities to do these things. I really love, A, the fact that they worked completely outside of the art world. There was never museums or galleries or anything in these things that they did. And B, the fact that they made us look at the world a different way, and that's really what art is all about. And it was so sensitively done and temporary. It was so ephemeral. All that is left is the documentation, and that's what this show is. So I'm just a huge fan, and I'm excited to see the show.
Number 3 this week is Paul Kremer and Clark Durbus at Gene Bender's Gallery in Marfa. This is the Chinati Weekend show that opens at Gene Bender. Gene Bender's always great, has great shows, has a great eye.
Bender or Binder?
Brendan and I were...
Bender, like you're on a bender.
Brendan and I were out there last year, and we polled a lot of people to see what they thought, and even Gene himself, Eugene, was like, well, hey, I'll take it either way. But Paul Kremer, the Houston painter who's, I don't know, how would you describe his trajectory over the last couple of years?
On a steep upward climb in terms of his paintings.
Yeah.
Paul's been around forever. He's worked in Houston and nationally and internationally as a web designer for years and years. Clark Durbus, for Houstonians will recognize Clark Durbus's work. He shows with Devin Borden in Houston.
Yeah.
And he makes these really great, very likable objects. The way he combines his lines and colors and sort of designs, I suppose, with the various planes of the objects he's painting on. It's kind of like 3D op art. I really like that he allows the wood cracks and wood grain and knot holes to show, and he's not precious about it. But I
really like his work, by the way. I mean, I'm a fan of... I saw his show at the last show that he did at Devin Borden, and I was like, I'm so taken with this. He's in Vermont. Number 2 this week is at Texas Women's University in the East Gallery. It was curated by Danielle Avram. It's Shelby David Meyer and Iva Kennard. Shelby's up here in Dallas-Fort Worth. Iva from Houston. This show is called Make Time.
Yeah, I think they're dealing with the notion of the banal. They both used excerpts from books that they both claim they have not finished reading. Iva from the Albert Camus book, The Myth of Sisyphus. David from the David Foster Wallace book, The Pale King. And both of those quotes have to do with just sort of what we do as humans to stave off the existential desperation of this, our human condition.
I can't think of two better young artists to tackle this subject, frankly. I think they're both...
abject smothered depression. Yeah.
Futility, but a large dose of humor within all of that. They're smart. They're both really smart.
They're both smart, yeah. And number one this week is Jonathan Shipper's Cubicle at Rice Gallery. We included this show in our fall preview, but we're so excited about this. Shipper, of course, known for rooms that collapse upon themselves, cars that slowly collide with each other over the course of an art fair. It's a whole office. It's multiple cubicles in like a drab office, depressing setting that we have all known and loved in our past.
Like the Mike Judge office, correct?
Like Mike Judge office space office, or the Glass Tire office with our sea of drones in their cubicles.
Yeah.
It's an interesting also exhibition for them to choose because it's their final exhibition in their current space. Rice Gallery will be moving into the new Moody's Center after this, so I'm pretty sure this is the last show. And they're going out with a collapsing inverse Big Bang.